So this is how it all ends, with that in the White House, while the whole world burns to ashes.
Ingersoll Lockwood, who was born in August 1841 and died in September 1918, was an American lawyer and writer. He wrote children's novels, including the Baron Trump novels in 1889 and 1893, as well as the dystopian novel 1900 or The Last President in 1896. He also wrote a play and several nonfiction works. He wrote some of his nonfiction under the pseudonym Irwin Longman. Lockwood was born in Ossining, New York, the son of Munson Ingersoll and Sarah Lewis Lockwood. Munson Lockwood, like his two older brothers, Ralph and Albert, was a lawyer. However, Munson primarily achieved prominence during his military service and civic activism. He was a general in the New York State Militia and commandant of its 7th Brigade. Scenes of New York militias featured strongly in his son's book 1900 or The Last President. A great admirer of the Hungarian statesman and freedom fighter Lajos Kossuth, Manson actively raised funds for him in New York. Freedom fighters and European heroes such as Baron Trenck made an immense impact on Lockwood and other writers of the time. Austrian guerrilla leader in the 1700s, skilled at hit-and-run attacks, Baron Franz von der Treck was listed as one of Tom Sawyer's heroes by Mark Twain. He was also highly thought of by Ingersoll Lockwood. Trenck's mummified remains can presently be seen on display in the crypt of Brno's Capuchin Monastery. Lockwood's father was also one of the founders of Ossining's First Bank and Dale Cemetery, where Ingersoll would later be buried, and served as the warden of Sing Sing Prison from 1850 to 1855. Lockwood had two brothers, Henry Clay Lockwood, named for his father's friend, Henry Clay, and Howard Lockwood. Like his father and uncles, Ingersoll Lockwood trained as a lawyer, although his first official position was as a diplomat. In 1862, he was appointed consul to the Kingdom of Hanover by Abraham Lincoln. At the time, he was the youngest member of the U.S. consular force and served in that post for 4 years. This was a good place for an American to be during the bloody Civil War. The terms of the Congress of Vienna in 1814 not only restored Hanover, but elevated it to an independent kingdom with its Prince-Elector, George III of the United Kingdom, as King of Hanover. The new kingdom was also greatly expanded and became the 4th largest state in the German Confederation, behind Prussia, Austria, and Bavaria, and the 2nd largest in northern Germany. During Lockwood's tenure, the Kingdom of Hanover was enjoying peace after an attempted coup in 1848. In 1866, when Lockwood left his post, the Kingdom of Hanover attempted to maintain a neutral position, along with some other member states of the German Confederation. Hanover's vote in favor of the mobilization of Confederation troops against Prussia in 1866 prompted Prussia to declare war. The outcome of the war led to the dissolution of Hanover as an independent kingdom, which was annexed by the Kingdom of Prussia and became the Prussian province of Hanover. Along with the rest of Prussia, it became part of the German Empire in 1871. This was the international chaos that Lockwood left behind when he returned to New York City in 1866.
Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump, we're all cut from the same cloth.
Coat of arms of Donald Trump. What does it actually represent?
Well, this is rather interesting, actually. This is arcane Scottish heraldic law providing evidence of Donald Trump's deep Anglophilia, I would say, and also touches upon the royal prerogative. There we have the double-headed eagle representing his Scottish Germanic heritage.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
The man known as William Butcher is an enemy of the state. And just like his accomplices, he's going to face justice.
And I feel fine.
Everything is about to change.
You're going to be crushed. if you don't elect me. The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words: America first. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa.
Is about to launch a new form of digital ID that means you'll never have to hand over your personal details to anyone again. It will all be stored in the Service New South Wales app on your phone, which will prove you are who you say you are.
Scanning his licence, passport and Medicare card, in less than 3 minutes, the minister proves he really is Victor Dominello.
This is unquestionably the Holy Grail.
Number 8, we will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately.
This is your first look at the state's new digital ID.
This is a huge step forward in giving back people control over their data, control over their identity.
Personal credentials will be stored on your device. No IDs need to be handed over. And that means keeping your address and birth date to yourself. If you need to hire a car, rent a property, set up a bank account, check into a hotel, or prove you're over 18 to buy alcohol or attend an event.
But how can it trust you are who you say you are? Well, you'll need to take a selfie, which will be cross-checked against other forms of ID you've submitted, and when there's a match, you're good to go.
Together, we are expanding access to transportation. Seems like maybe it's a small issue, it's a big issue. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
For years, Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens, never happens.
Just put your hand under the scanner so I can verify your career chip. Calcutta, we have a problem.
Delivery boy, I must have mixed up the chips. It's a simple
Oh, here's our cryogenic counselor.
In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system. And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future.
I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
cool place to have all that happening right by one of the two islands in Paris, as the individual with the torch is taking the torch on a zip line.
Why? That is so cool.
All this
Mission Impossible, y'all.
all this happening right around.
Crazy drunk drivers.
It's up to us to see this through.
I don't think you want to do this.
Get out of my way.
Homelander needs to die. That's it, whatever it takes.
If everybody goes through with this, thousands will die.
What have you done?
Scorched earth.
Donald is here, live on Monday Night Raw. Hey, look at this! Donald Trump! Donald Trump! Donald Trump taking down Mr. Man! Oh my God! The hostile takeover of Donald Trump.
Could this be America's last election if Donald Trump wins? Listen to what the former president told a Christian group at the Turning Point USA Believers Summit in West Palm Beach. The former president telling the crowd that if they re-elect him to the White House, they won't have to worry about voting ever again.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian.
Lucifer, what is your problem?
Just that, sir.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, sir.
I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me?
Sir, you need to be born again.
I am born again.
Now, did you just say that you were Lucifer?
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy...
Virtuous.
Virtuous. Now, is he the Lucifer that God created?
That's the same one.
Oh, man, this is great. I'm going to put this on the internet.
Oh,
Amen.
God bless you,
Amen.
brother.
Because that's exactly what the Shriners and Masons teach, is that Lucifer is light.
No.
And you're
what about
confirming
those hospitals?
You know what, sir? Jesus said, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, we did not do these good deeds in your name? And you'll say, away from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you.
Jesus said it?
In Matthew chapter 5.
Mercy.
No.
That's hard to believe.
So you're a Christian and you don't know that. Actually,
no, I really am.
I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you.
You are.
Because I'm pure and virtuous.
You're pure and virtuous, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In other words, you're perfect without Jesus, right?
No.
Okay, tell me about Jesus. Who is Jesus?
Well, he's my leader.
Is he the Son of God?
Yes, he is.
Is he the only worshipful master?
Yes.
Have you ever been called worshipful master?
No, because I've just been too busy. I've been working. Been working to help people.
What
like
kind
you.
of work? Okay.
Get out of here.
See, this is what a Mason confesses, is that Lucifer is light.
Diplomacy with foreign nations features very strongly in Lockwood's book 1900, or The Last President. On his return, he established a legal practice in New York City with his older brother Henry. He published 1,000 legal don'ts and a play called Washington. Lockwood also published translations of French works such as Renan's St. Paul, and so appears to have spoken multiple languages according to his Library of Congress name authority file. By the 1880s, Lockwood had established a parallel career as a lecturer and writer. It was common for authors of the time to publish pamphlets and then go on the circuit advertising their thoughts from these pamphlets. In 1884, Lockwood married Winifred Wallace Tinker, a Pennsylvania native and graduate of Vassar College who was born in 1862 and was 21 years his junior. At this time, Ingersoll Lockwood decided to emulate the success of children's books by Lewis Carroll and J.M. Barrie and produced the Baron Trump novels. These are 2 children's novels written in 1889 and 1893. They remained obscure until 2017, when they received media attention for perceived similarities between their protagonist and U.S. President Donald Trump. Lockwood published the first novel, Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump and His Wonderful Dog Bulger, in 1889, and its sequel, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, in 1893.
And a very young man. This is a young man. He just turned 18. Oh, look at this. A very young man. He's now going to college, got into every college he wanted to, and he made his choice. And he's a very good guy, I'll tell you. You know, I'm not allowed to call them boy, but he is my boy. He's my boy. They're all my boys, right? When you have sons, you can be any age. They're your boy. They're always going to be. And he's a very special guy. Baron Trump. This is the first time he's ever been Baron.
The novels recount the adventures of the German boy Wilhelm Heinrich Sebastian von Trump, a similarly long name to Baron Franz von der Trink, who was one of the heroes Lockwood admired, who goes by Baron Trump, as he discovers weird underground civilizations, offends the natives, flees from entanglements with local women, and repeats the pattern until arriving at Castle Trump, which is on 5th Avenue in New York City.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
Don't forget, John is great, and she is a great gentleman. He's now president for life. President for life. No, he's great. Hey, look, he was able to do that. I think it's great. Maybe we'll have to give that a shot someday. He's the most powerful president in 100 years, person in the 100 years in China. It's great. And he treated us tremendously well when I went over there.
An 1891 reviewer wrote about one of Lockwood's novels. The author labors through 300 pages of fantastic and grotesque narrative, now and then striking a spark of wit, but the sparks emit little light and no warmth, and one has to fumble for the story. Lockwood's writing style was much better suited to political fanfare, and his work 1900 or The Last President is exciting and well written. Baron Trump lives in a building named after himself, Castle Trump, while the real-life Donald Trump had lived in Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue for decades.
When Alan Dulles brought in all the Nazi scientists and so forth, they went to two places. They went to CIA and they went to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which in our world we call it not a space agency. Which in our world we call it not a space agency. And as Kathy O'Brien has said so clearly, that's where the bulk of the mind control has.
What is this?
Newsreel film. It shows us winning the war.
But we didn't win the war.
Now we have a better world. There are those who seek to drag us all backward.
We have arrested suspects smuggling subversive films.
That film shows the world not as it could be, but as it is.
It has to be about something more. I need answers.
They're scared. Scared this film could bring this whole thing tumbling down.
A film that shows another world? So what?
So that means that maybe the world can change. Take this. What is this?
It's a new film?
There's something different about this one.
Different how?
Furthermore, Donald Trump's youngest son's name is Baron Trump. The Trump family immigrated to the United States from Germany in the 1890s and started speculating in real estate in Seattle in 1891. Before 1918, they had begun to purchase real estate in Queens. The last name Trump would not have been an uncommon one for Longwood to use, and the first name Baron harks back to respected Austrian hero Baron Trenck, which Longwood would have known due to his tenure as ambassador to a German kingdom.
From a distance, Karlstadt looks like any other wine village in southern Germany. Everyone knows everyone else here, and people are proud of their local delicacies, stuffed pig stomach and wine made from regional grapes. But ever since a descendant of Karlstadt became the 45th President of the United States, longtime resident Angelika Bechtel tells us, things haven't been the same.
It is astonishing how Karlstadt is now of interest to the world press. A member of one of the right-wing parties demanded that we give Donald Trump an honorary citizenship.
Donald Trump's grandparents were both born here. And although the US president himself has never set foot in this village, many associate him with it.
We've received letters asking, how does your village feel about Trump? And a group of tourists have used our answer to decide whether or not to come to Karlstadt, and that bothers us. This is not what we were hoping for. We are a very open-minded village.
This is the house where Frederick Trump, Donald Trump's grandfather, was born and raised in the late 1800s. He lived here until he immigrated to the US. Frederick was 16 at the time, his father had just died, and he sailed off to New York on his own. Frederick Trump returned to his native hometown many times, and on one of his trips, he married a local woman.
So this photo is of from 1902. It's a wedding picture of Friedrich Trump and Elisabeth Christ. They came back to Karlstadt and tried to move back to Germany, back to this village, which didn't really realize because Friedrich Trump didn't do the military service at that time. And there was a reason that the Bavarian government said that he's not allowed to go back and come back to Karlstadt.
At Karlstadt Cemetery, the legacy of the Trump family is everywhere. Had President Trump's grandfather not been deported back to the US, he may have been buried here too. And Donald Trump could even have been born and raised in this village.
My, what a peculiar place to have a party. You know, Dinah, we really shouldn't be doing this. After all, we haven't been invited, and curiosity often leads to trouble.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole?
Lockwood and his wife Winifred were divorced in 1892. That same year, she married Edward Rodolph Jones, a lawyer by profession and a litterateur by avocation. He was described in current literature as Winifred's kind and most sympathetic literary advisor because she intended to be an authoress. Jones was also another diplomat. During President Cleveland's administration, he was selected as counsel for Venezuela in their boundary dispute with Great Britain.
Bang! 1, 2, 3! He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. Politics, the military, the economy. They control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country. That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes. The GW system is the Patriots' trump card. The Patriots' trump card.
So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. Right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you.
The Oracle of Delphi is where you go for information about the future. Thus, the performance is about control of information. In the digital age, the battle for information has just begun.
The president said that arsenal gear was the Patriots' key to supremacy.
That's as good a description as any.
What exactly is it?
It's a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale.
A data processing system?
That's right. The system's a social device for maintaining the Patriots' control. Now, look at it like this. Political scandal, corporate corruption, up until now, the Patriots have managed to keep a lid on these and other self-serving events. But with their existing data processing system, they're no longer able to effectively control the flow of information generated at the individual level. With the newly created system, they can fully regulate digital information. High-level information can be categorized in stages, given clearance levels, and deleted as necessary, never to be seen by the public.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed!
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House.
The border. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died.
Merry Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with another.
Spelling. There we go. That's funny.
She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. You're going to be crushed if you don't elect me. The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words: America first. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa. And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. As we implement these reforms, Bitcoin and crypto will grow our economy, cement American financial dominance, and strengthen our entire country.
I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
This boundary dispute resulted in a 5-judge panel to decide any issues. This was a good time to be a diplomat and paved the way for American globalism.
In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
He said it 3 times. Now, the Harris for President campaign releasing this statement after the former president's speech tonight, saying, quote, America can do better than the bitter, bizarre, and backward-looking delusions of criminal Donald Trump. Vice President Kamala Harris offers a vision for America's future focused on freedom, opportunity, and security.
Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
There is a revolution coming.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
The future is staring back at us like a perfect picture on glass. And this future, it must be protected.
What's it got to do with me?
Look.
What is it?
It will change everything. That's why they want to stop it. They will come after you without cease. Because the future belongs to us. LG, OLED, a perfect picture on glass.
Who are you?
Oh, come now. I've already told you. The future is staring back at you.
And what came before you.
New world order. A new world order. A new world order. New world order. New world order.
A new world order.
A new world order. New world order.
New world order. And a new world order.
A new world order.
New world order.
New world order. New world order. A new world order. Need for a new world order.
A new world order.
I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, because it seems so ethereal. AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive, because I think by the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all!
That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?